Hey, Shalom, Shalom, and stuff. So, by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and honestly brothers doing the work in truth and sincerity. This is a very quick one on, this geezer here, Jeff Sessions, quoting the Bible. Right, and he quotes, typical Romans 13, says, I would cite you to the Apostle Paul and his clear and wise command in Romans 13 to obey the laws of government because the Most High has ordained them for the purposes of order. And it made me cast back my mind. Apostles have spoken about how these guys will try use Romans 13, or really speaking like these pastors try to use Romans 13, say, yeah man, take the chip, take the chip. You see what I'm saying? Right, so when I saw that, and this is in reference to this, immigration crisis, yada, 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 right, which, is, these guys are going off, but I'll get this first. Psalms 15:16 says, but unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Right, so you a heathen, man. You a Edomite ark. What are you doing? What have you got to do to try quote scriptures? Therefore, we shall be condemned by those scriptures, man. Right. So yeah, like I said, I'll just go into this because this is, like I said, this is what what it reminded me of how the apostles have spoken about how you have cats that will try to use Romans 13 to justify forcing the chip, then taking the chip rather, right? So Revelations 13:16 says that he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right, so both small and great, your your lowly guy, your common man, you're great, your celebrity, you're rich and you're poor, you're free, meaning like the guy that's out on the streets or whatever, and you're bond, the guy's physically in prisons. Right, that mark here goes back to the Greek charagmos, a scratch or etching, a stamp, right, an imprinted mark. Right, so it's something that is physically inserted into something, just like the RFID chip is. Right, it says that no man might buy or sell. And yeah, you ain't gonna be able to buy. You can really see that the world is heading in that direction. Right, it's gonna be all your IDs. Like let's say it's your passport. Right now, you can't get a job, you can't drive, you can't do this, you can't get a bank account without having a passport. Maybe there's like a small number of banks. I'm just thinking about over here, if I'm not mistaken, over here in the UK, you ain't getting a bank without, proof of residency, right? Or proof of residency, etc. All of these IDs. But if the chip is your ID, that means you ain't getting a bank, right? If you ain't got a bank, that means you can't get paid. Right, so that's what this chip is going to be used for, right? And I'll finish on this. This is Revelations 14:9, the penalty for taking this chip. Right, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Right, so basically, if you take this chip, right, it really doesn't matter where you take it. If you take this chip, you basically look to Esau as your god. Right, you read in Isaiah, there was a 31, one to them that go down to Egypt for help. Well, it means destruction. Right, so you basically gone down to Egypt. Babylon, America being modern day Egypt, basically Esau. Right, it says the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Right, so that's the judgment. You take the chip, you're going to be destroyed. Right, so if the time comes and you hear them quoting Romans 13, yeah, them guys going off, man. Right, so Lord's will, that was edifying. Till the next time, Shalom.